Welcome back, Attack. I'm Skyline Shore, and I've been playing, and I've been having a lot of fun with LEGO Minifigures Online. This is based in the Minifigures universe, or universes, and it's an MMO action RPG. Yeah, this game is actually really hard. So in a lot of reviews and in a lot of videos, you're gonna hear people talking about how difficult this game is and how it's such a bad thing because it's a kids game. Well, guys, remember that kids games are actually made for kids and adults, and in that pairing and with that idea, the game is at a perfect difficulty setting, and it's a lot of fun, and plus it kind of goes with their mechanics. And a lot of people say that the game is pay to win, or you actually need to pay to play the game, and halfway true, halfway untrue. Whenever you die, you do have to pay gems, or what that currency can be purchased with actual money, but you also earn gems in-game too. But whenever you die, you have to spend gems in order to resurrect your characters or wait out the time, which can be upwards to an hour that I have seen so far. I don't even know if it goes up further, but at the start, it's not so bad. Anyways, so the game wants you to get as many characters as possible, which you want to spend money on. It also wants you to have membership because you can't even talk to other players. You can't have friends, you can't have parties, and it is a lot of fun, and the game is mostly open world, so you just kind of go adventuring and play with other people, but you might often die a lot. If you're not an experienced player of action RPGs, especially if you don't know the controls period, you're gonna die a lot, and this could cost you money. But if you are a smart player, or you're just an average person and you're just not rushing through the game, then you're gonna have the experience as intended. So this game, don't go in assuming it's just a kid's game, that it's gonna be easy, and then die and you're out of lives, and then say, oh, the game's too hard. Don't say that. This is a game. This is a game that is meant for adults and kids, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. If you try to go through the game solo, it presents a huge amount of challenge, with some bosses being Dark Souls level of difficulty. And if you go through the game with a child, a young family member, a young friend, or girlfriend in my case, you're gonna have a really good time, and it's a really nice pacing as well. I'll admit that there is an overwhelming amount of mechanics and things in the game that really just point towards you spending money on the game. I'll admit it. It's very open about it. Yes, you die, you need to spend gems in order to resurrect. Yeah, there's all these dungeons that are just right in front of you that you can't access unless you're a member. You can't even talk to people, but you can play the game. You can enjoy the game. I'm not going to say to the fullest, but you can go through the game and you can collect characters and still play the game and have fun. Where the opposite, in RuneScape, you can play a little bit of the game and you're still being taunted all the way through, and then there's a cap and you kind of can't go any further. In this game, it's separated. It's more like you just don't get the extra features, but you still pretty much enjoy most of the game and still can have a ton of fun. So guys, what kind of fun are we talking about? Well, the game has a lot of mechanical depth. So you can have 3 characters at any one time, and you switch between these instantaneously at any time. So if you can imagine some sort of different scenarios where you use the special attack of one character, instantly switch, and then use their special attack or their auto attack. And then you can do all sorts of different combos between your 3 characters. And then that's not even mentioning what you can do in group play. And me just doing some dungeons with my girlfriend and then also the open world stuff, it's pretty intense. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. So like I said, a big, huge component of this game is the mechanical depth and mastery, of course, and they will be adding PvP arenas soon, so that has me really excited. My favorite part of any game right there. Yeah, the game is really difficult and it's a lot of fun. It really is. I'm definitely gonna suggest you play this with somebody. It's kind of hard to group up with people, or at least in dungeons. Dungeons are very difficult, and it's hard to group up with people because you can't talk with them, but it is easy to play with other people. All the quests in the game are like Guild Wars Hearts. They are open to everyone. They are time allotted, so you can only do it like once every so often, but you can do the quests with other people, and it's just really awesome. You don't have to talk to anybody. You just walk up into the area and you do the quest, boom, get the reward and go. It's also, this game is very similar to the other LEGO games that you might play on the consoles, like LEGO Star Wars and stuff. You just pretty much break stuff, you collect things, there's little secrets, little side quests that you can go and do all over the place. It's pretty cool, and there's a lot of humor, and there's a lot of character in this game. There's the little quest checks is actually really funny. There's some cutscenes and stuff. I'm actually really enjoying it. One thing that I do want to mention about the game is that it's LEGO, so what do we build? Well, in this game, it's not like LEGO Universe or what used to be a LEGO MMO. You can't just go off and build and customize all over the place, but what you do is you build very select things in preset locations, such as cannons that you need to build in order to get from place to place. And in my favorite spot, where the creativity stat or creativity comes into play is when you have to build different objects during the boss fights in dungeons. So this is actually really cool. A lot of the boss fights, you need a creative character. So there's different characters, there's attack characters, defense characters, and creativity characters. And basically this just means that they build things faster if you have high creativity. And you're gonna need that, because certain bosses you're gonna need like cannons, or say like sails that reflect cannonballs back to the pirate. This is a specific boss fight I'm referencing, and you need to build this over and over again because the enemy mobs or ad trash actually come and take it down. So you need somebody with creativity in order to build it back up. And if you have a team, you're probably gonna have one person just specified to that role, and that's just really cool. You don't need a healer, you have somebody that builds things, they heal the buildings. That's freaking awesome. And who knows how that could come into play with the PvP, but it's just really cool. Yeah, you can't go off and you can't build houses, you can't go build spaceships and stuff. It's limited, but at the same time, it's done in a very, very good fashion, and I really like it. So yeah, building things can unlock secrets. Sometimes it'll just give you little bonuses. It helps other players sometimes, and overall, it's done well. And if we look at the game visually, it runs extremely well. Where normally games that I could expect in this genre run at like 60 frames per second on my PC, this game runs at like 120 frames per second, either on low or all the way up. And the game looks really, really good. Some of the effects, I know it's Lego, right? But some of the effects are really nice. And the lighting, the colors, everything just really comes together in this game for the game feel, how it looks, overall design, aesthetic, just everything, absolutely everything is tied together very, very well. And it's really sad to see some disappointed reviews because they just kind of write it off as, it's just a kid's game and it's too hard for a kid. No, this is a really good game overall, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, and that's pretty much all I can say. I could go into depth about all the different mechanics of the different characters, which I actually am on my personal channel, and I can go into the character customization, which also has a really awesome talent tree system, and it has something very similar to Don Gates' Shaper system, where you place blocks in order to get different stat allocations with your characters. Basically, there's a lot of depth to this game, mechanically, statistically, and then character. So much character, guys. Go ahead, try it right now. You can go play it. You can go play it right now. Go play it right now. Lego Minifigures Online. Go have fun. I'm Skyline Shore with Attack Gaming, and I'll see you on there.